This next one is called Widower by the Dillinger Escape Plan. Somebody in the chat mentioned it that they had heard of Dillinger Escape Plan, but had never actually listened to them. And I'm in the same boat as you. I've heard this name before for whatever reason, but have never actually sat down and listened to any of their songs. So this is going to be a first for me, and I just hope we enjoy it. So it looks like I have the lyrics here. I say we jump right in. Here we go. Oh, okay. So Dillinger Escape Plan, like he's a bank robber. He had an escape plan, I guess. That's cool to know. I didn't know that. And so thank you for that.
You are a face in the crowd. I threw myself onto you. I tried to take you away. I didn't know how to do, but I could not give you the most. Some things I said were never true, yet still you clung to a ghost. I feel so bad you never knew. I felt like you should know, but I could not turn aside. When you walked away, I've reached your
Wow. What a transition. Wow. Oh shit. Oh wow, that took me by surprise. All right, anything else? That was it. All right, wow, that was good. I like that a whole lot. Um, I couldn't help but think, and Linda was like, after that Sufjan Stevens song earlier, anything sounds good. Which I mean, this song sounded good to me on its own, not without comparison. But I was just thinking like it's such an interesting thing. Like it's almost a fine art being a requester. Like requesting a good song is almost an art, right? Like if you're requesting something that's from a band that someone's never heard of before, you really have to be careful with what you request because you want it to be sort of representative of that band's sound while still being accessible, right? And as that person learns to like that band, then you can kind of start getting into the deeper cuts, right? So I use that Sufjan Stevens song as an example. Like if that was the first song, if Year of the Monkey or whatever it was called was the very first song I had ever heard from Sufjan Stevens, I would not want to listen to him ever again. But it wasn't the first song I ever heard from him, so I knew that like, okay, I heard some better songs that were like, okay, this is much more palatable. Whereas this, I feel like, was the perfect introductory song to the Dillinger Escape Plan. A lot of you guys in the comments are saying that they're a little heavier, right? They're definitely on the heavier side. But I feel like this one had so many enjoyable elements that it's kind of a good feeler for their style while still being, I think, very accessible to someone who maybe doesn't listen to that heavier style very often. So just kind of got me thinking as we were listening, like there really is sort of an art to recommending a song to a reaction person, right? And I think some people need to just sort of either learn that sort of thought process or just maybe just be more mindful. Yeah, Linda, it is hard, and it's hard to again like request a song that you think is going to go over well, right? So I mean, maybe that person was just trolling me, but this was again the perfect like introductory song because if you're not super into heavy stuff, there's so much more here with the piano and with the more just kind of I don't want to say laid back, but sort of toned down heaviness of it. But if you are here for like the heavy metal, I mean, you still get a good serving of that as well. So let's go ahead and break the song down. Piece by piece. Let's start with the lyrics in the about section. So here it says, in an interview with Kerrang podcast, Greg says, Widower is a song about somebody who makes a lot of mistakes and ruins something that was important to him, and is kind of realizing after it's too late that it's his fault or his or her fault. And it's not about a particular incident, but I think it's a situation that a lot of us have found ourselves in. Okay, so let's kind of think about that as we approach these lyrics here. So it says here, you were a face in the crowd. I threw myself onto you. I tried to take you away. I didn't know how to do, but I could not give you the most. Some things I said were never true, yet still we clung to a ghost. I feel so bad you never knew. I felt like you should know, but I could not tell you so. When you walked away, I breathed your name as you walked away, So like, kind of met this person, kind of maybe fell in love or what have you, but just, it didn't work out, and that person is now kind of walking away, right? We can never get back what we chose to throw away. When you walked away, I breathed your name as you walked away, We can never get back what we chose to throw away. I don't know how to hold on to something that seems determined to grow by the day. Every time I think I can handle it, you only seem to get further away. I never realized just how hard it was for a person like me to do, for a person like me to do. When you walked away, I breathed your name as you walked away. As you walked away, we can never get back what we chose to throw away. I couldn't watch you wishing for something that seemed more impossible by the day. Anytime I saw your expression, it only seemed to run further away. I never realized just how hard it was for a person like me to do. So yeah, I mean, just it wasn't going well for whatever reason. Obsessed with thoughts that deform, held on by hope too well worn, crippled because of dreams that eclipse reality, crashing into truths we don't perceive. We don't perceive. I couldn't hold on to the things that mattered to you. It was my big mistake, thinking there were two roads to take. Damn, that was a good line. As you walked away. Yeah, I mean, lyrically, I think it's open enough where you can really kind of take this and apply it, as he was saying, to really just any situation where you've made a mistake or you tried something and failed. I mean, I feel like you can really take this and kind of apply it to a lot of different scenarios. So I kind of like that it's sort of wide open like that. I would say it probably leaves a little bit to be desired, just because to me, I think leaving it that wide open pushes it into sort of generic territory, I think, lyrically. But I still enjoyed it, so I give it a thumb up. As far as the instrumentation and the vocals go, I'm curious, was that one vocalist or two vocalists? I mean, I felt like there were a couple different styles there. And so I just want to take a quick look. So it looks like vocals, it says here, Greg Puciato, perhaps. And it only credits one person as vocals, it looks like. But it just felt like there were some different styles in there. So I don't know if that's necessarily true. But I think that piano work was fantastic. It starts off with that very beautiful piano, very soft in the beginning. And then it kind of starts getting into it, and it sounds like just kind of like a good rock song at first, right? But then they really pick it up with some of the heavy metal. You really get some of that double bass on the drums, and you get some of that screaming, those heavy screaming vocals there, and that was really enjoyable. So I also think it was cool how they sort of transitioned. You were deep in the heaviness, and they kind of cut it off, and they went really soft. And then at first, like, that piano faded out, and I was like, oh, we're done. And then they hit you with one last heavy moment, and that was really cool. So really enjoyed the heaviness of it. I think the guitar was fantastic. Drum work was great. And again, the vocalist, if that was one vocalist, I'm pretty impressed, because I feel like he gave you a lot of different transitions, a lot of different styles in there. So instrumentally, vocally, I give it 2 big thumbs up. As far as replay value goes, like I said, I think this is the perfect song to sort of maybe introduce someone to this band. I don't know too much about them, but again, you guys in the chat are telling me they're a little bit on the heavier side. I think this really gave you a nice feel for a few different styles, a few different things that they could do. I think, as Glory mentioned, the piano playing was actually very impressive. And so to get that and to get some heavy metal aspects, like it was really nice. I give it 2 big thumbs up for replay value. I think this has some room on my playlist to get some listens. So yeah, very solid request, and I want to thank whoever requested this one. Very, very good.